Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm Glenn. This is my wife,
Jackie.
And we're here to review Married at First Sight, Season 9, Episode 12. The retreat episode. Very interesting episode coming off of last week's episode where they had some fireworks again. Jamie and Elizabeth got into another argument, another argument. And we found out in this episode that Jamie had been gone for 4 whole days. 4 days. I mean, Beth been texting him. We find out that he was texting the other guys in the group, asking them questions, what's going on. It's always amazing to me when these guys come back, whether it's Matt or Jamie, they come back so nonchalant, like there's never been an issue, like they didn't have any problems, like there's never been a circumstance or situation. He came back to Beth like, hey, how you doing?
Well, no. He said that they met up for ice cream.
Yeah.
Or she had a milkshake or a smoothie or something. But he had a cup of ice cream or froyo. But anyway, he said, you've been pretty nasty to me in these past 4 days. And so I don't think he came back this time like, hey, how you doing? He came back like, hey, how you doing?
You should be nervous. You've been gone for 4 days. I mean, I know you had an argument, they had a blow up, but for 4 days, you're married for 8. You're married for 8 weeks. So you've been gone, if you count the other times, he's been gone for a while.
Like 10 days.
10 days out of the 8 weeks. So a week and a half out of the 8 weeks, he's been gone. Because you're upset, because you don't want to communicate, because you don't want to argue. I mean, because you don't want to have an argument. Communication. Communication. And goes back to Dr. Pepper told him not to leave. And they continue to do the same thing over and over again.
Just disobedient.
They can't get it right. But what I do like what Jamie said, they finally got on the same page. Beth was trying to hold her tongue, and I think that was what Dr. Cowles told him to do anyway. Be quiet and let the other person speak. And I don't know if she was doing that intentionally or unintentionally, but she was working on letting Jamie speak.
I think she was quite sarcastic about it. With all that slurping.
All that slurping out of an empty cup.
But I think she was saying, like, this is me really trying to hold my tongue. This is me trying to hold my tongue.
But at this one, I do say she did the right thing by holding her tongue. She let him speak. She gave her piece of what she thought. She was upset. She said she did miss him a little bit, but it was weird, as she mentioned. Weird seeing him after not seeing him for 4 days, and she just wanted to know, are you coming home? And he was reluctant to be like, I'm coming home.
Yeah. Because he expressed that he has a problem with the fact that she doesn't have any remorse, any accountability, and that they have problems with communication. But he was like, yeah, I want to come home. She said the door's been open for days now. And he was like, I didn't know if I wanted to come, but I think after sitting down here, I think I will come home.
But it's true though, she hasn't said I'm sorry or really taken any fault in any of their arguments. It's always been his fault. Maybe because he goes so far to the left that she forgets that she kind of started it. Mm-hmm. That she was the one issue. If you think about some of the things, she kind of did start the majority of their arguments, and he just goes from 0 to 90.
He followed through with it.
He followed through and knocked some of them out the park.
Mm-hmm.
And so whether it's for her just complimenting herself and saying how beautiful she looked to the point where, or was it just her talking about not letting the man give instructions from last week's episode and him telling her to shut up, which she could have said quietly, but it just goes left field.
The one thing I want to point out is that she asked him, how have your 4 days been? He was like, it was fancy free, carefree. He was like, wonderful. It's been nice and positive, and I didn't have to hear any complaining, and there was no bad energy, no negativity. And I was like, oh my gosh, Jamie, really?
Translation, it's been nice without you. Can we go to the translation?
So that's not really saying that you want to come home. But he did say he was coming home, but okay, we're gonna stay with them, right?
Yeah, stay with them.
Because I'm a roll with this. For all the saging and the moon water, and later in this episode, the salt cave, I don't know what all that's supposed to do. I don't think it's quite working. I'm not talking about people being into it, but she's supposed to be doing it to get the bad juju out, and I feel like she's putting the bad juju in.
Yeah, with the bad juju, she's putting a lot of juju in, and that's just for the simple fact they can't communicate. Well, they haven't been able to communicate. They haven't been able to talk. They haven't been able to just interact and just listen to each other. I think with all the other saging and voodoo and all this other stuff that she's doing, well, not voodoo, juju that she's been doing, just really haven't been meshing with them because they're not following instructions. And I think with them, they really have to follow instructions, not do their own thing, but follow instructions. Listen to one another, take care of each other, trying to compliment one another. And Jamie said it later on when he was talking to, I believe it was Greg, that they shouldn't have went into it sexually first. They should have slowed down and got to know each other intimate levels other than sex. And I think as much as people give Iris a lot of grief for not having sex with Keith, look how much sex has played in Matt's marriage, how much sex has been an issue in Jamie and Elizabeth, how there have been so much problems because of sex. That's the only thing they say they can get right in Matt and Amber's marriage. And Jamie and Elizabeth say, well, look, let's slow it down, or as they call it on the show, let's table it.
Yeah, they said they're taking sex off the table.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth was like, okay, Jamie says he wants to take sex off the table and let's concentrate on some other things. But let's keep in mind that in the previous episode, Dr. Pepper expressed concern with Matt and Amber when they said taking sex off the table. She said, I don't think you should take it completely off, but they don't know that conversation, and that's what they decided to do. And so Beth says, yeah, I give Jamie 3 days. 3 days.
Give him 3
before
days.
It won't last. That's what she said.
But I hope she holds to her guns. It seemed like she did hold to their guns, and then, they end up going to the mountains.
And yeah, Beth is all like, oh my gosh, get all this positivity and all this. Oh, how can you still be pissed in the mountains with the mountain air and the trees and the butterflies and the rainbows? How can you still be pissed?
Raining in.
That's what he said.
Jamie told her to rain
in. He didn't tell her shut up.
He didn't tell her shut up. He said
raining in. And she was like, look at the mountain view. Give me a kiss. And he gave her a kiss.
He gave her a kiss, and then I don't know if any of y'all caught it, but we caught it.
He off.
He wiped that bad boy off. Like, look, I don't know. I'm gonna say she had too much lipstick on when he kissed. That's why he wiped it off.
Yeah. Okay.
But he wiped the kiss off. So I don't know if you noticed that. If you noticed it, leave a comment in the comment section below. Did you notice him wiping the kiss off? But he wiped it off, and at least he learned. He didn't tell her to shut up. He told her to rein it in.
He's like, okay, that's enough.
Point for Jamie for learning not to say shut up.
I don't know.
But to rein it in. They get to the mountain, and they meet up with Deanna and Greg. Deanna and Greg was the first couple there, along with Jamie and Elizabeth. I want to say Jamie and Amber. Jamie and Elizabeth. But Deanna and Greg got there first, which I think I would have been there first too. Looking around, getting a better room, getting a bigger room, and going into this cabin. Nice cabin in Black Mountain, North Carolina. Yeah,
well, let's go back a little bit before the getting to the retreat. They had a double date.
Yes.
With Deanna's sister and her boyfriend of 3 years.
Tristan.
No, Trent.
Trent.
And Deanna was late to the party.
She had to work.
No, I'm not saying anything was wrong with it. My point is she was late to the party, so that gave Greg some time to kind of pick her sister's brain, and he didn't really pick Trent's brain. He didn't say a whole lot.
Yeah, he
but
so much.
He had a chance to pick Deanna's sister's brain, and she basically was like, she's been single for 10 years, and she moves at a slow pace, and I think y'all doing a pretty good job of moving with Deanna, giving her some time. I think, yeah.
And Greg was funny. He was like, yo, she got a wall and a fence in a jail cell.
Yeah, he said it's double wall, so she got like the walls Jericho.
Yeah.
He gonna have to march around 7 days.
He's slowly breaking them down. But what I liked about this, you saw the competitiveness of Deanna. If you didn't know she was competitive, she is very competitive.
Again, we see her competitiveness. Yes. This was hilarious to me because Deanna is two-handing that joint, and they like hitting it on the target. Her sister's throwing that joint with one hand. Look out, what about? And then it's the guy's turn.
I'm disappointed in Greg. Greg may be a good... Athletics may not be Greg's thing.
It's obvious.
It's not Greg's thing because Greg struggled. Even the boyfriend.
Oh my gosh, they threw the axe and it bounced off the target more than once.
Deanna's like, I'm not standing behind him. I might get hit. But Greg, one thing I like about Greg, even from the zip line when they was on the honeymoon to now,
keeps trying.
And even he keep trying different adventurous things that he never done before.
Because he knows that she likes it.
And he knows that she likes to do it. Even in this episode, go a little bit further, he ate bugs.
He ate one bug.
He ate several bugs.
Now he ate one bug. He ate the mushroom type stuff outside.
Yeah, the witches, whatever.
Yeah, he ate that outside, and that's just a message for, like, you know, as a married couple, you know, sometimes the way that you bond is to do things that your spouse likes to do that you may not like to do, but that's a way to spend time with each other. They're spending time with each other, you know, out in the wilderness and
making these videos,
throwing axes, throwing axes. So, you know, he's venturing out because he wants to show her that he's into her, and so he's trying to get into the things that she's into.
And she loved it because she said, "Man, my husband's out here
all day." She was like, "Oh, another first adventure."
Greg's out here doing things, and she really felt into it. So that Greg and her were doing adventurous stuff together. I wondered if they do adventurous stuff in the cabin.
But
they got the room that was secluded. That's what Greg's point was. Let's get the room that's secluded away from everybody else.
Oh, they did. The one away from the spider.
We'll get to the spider later. I want to get to the spider later. But but Greg and Deanna, they're learning, and like I said, they're one of our favorite couples. But he's learning to do adventurous things, even to please his wife, that's a sign of a good relationship, that you're doing things that you're outside of your comfort zone just because the other one would like you to do it, and so that's great there for him to do.
Yeah, and so on that note, since Deanna and Greg and Jamie and Elizabeth were the first couples there, they kind of got to talk to each other and feel each other out and see, like, where you at with this thing. And
Greg was able to give Jamie some good advice. And he said, you know what, I like Greg. He said he liked Greg because he was able to give him some sensible advice and made Jamie say, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this weekend and I'm going to hit the reset button.
And the crazy part is, I don't know if Greg knows that, but he kind of gave Jamie the same advice Pastor Cal did, that you hit the reset button and this is your chance to change your path. You take the initiative to initiate the change, and you can steer this ship.
He did. He can steer the ship. Speaking of steer the ship, then roll in Iris and Keith, who rolls in next. Then we got Matt and Amber.
On. I have to say this. Like, we're trying to figure out what took them so long to get there. And so we were like, okay.
From Charlotte, it's an hour and 56 minutes.
Deanna and Greg and Jamie and Elizabeth were there when it was light.
The majority of the day.
They saw the bear. That black bear that was outside. Yeah, that's how much light there was out there. They saw the bear. And Keith and Iris and Matt and Amber get there, it's pitch black.
Only thing I can think of, they had to work. That they went to work that day.
They must have come when they got off from work, and so they hit traffic really bad. Cause I'm like, good Lord, they've been driving for a long time.
It made it seem like it was a long time. I was like, when were we finally here? Not for an hour and 56 minutes did you say I'm finally here. Maybe they don't drive like us. I don't know. We drive a lot.
But I thought it was nice that Jamie made the point to say that the last time the couples saw them was at the NASCAR thing, and it was like pretty nasty, and they kind of ruined. Yeah. Somewhat could have ruined the visit for everybody, so they fixed everybody dinner.
Which was good. Jamie has a heart. Let's not get it twisted. Jamie is not always a prick. Jamie has a heart. He cares about people. He just wants Beth to care as much as he cares. He wants Beth to be remorseful, like he's remorseful. He likes things straight-laced. He's this type of person. If you mess up, apologize. Own your stuff. If you lie and we catch you in it, admit that you lied. That's what he is. He wants you to own up. And so he's not always a prick. His delivery is rough. Mm-hmm. And that's what his delivery is rough. And he's working on his delivery.
Yes.
He's working on his delivery. So
all the couples at the table.
and they sat there to eat. They discuss some of their relationship issues, and then it seemed like they go to bed early. It's unlike AJ last year where he's like, I thought we were just gonna be by ourselves.
Right.
You know, but they got along with each other, and then they wake up the next morning, and then we saw a little bit of Iris's immaturity. No, before we get there, Beth, Jamie, along with Greg and Deanna, go downstairs where they're playing air hockey. They see a spider.
Yes.
Big spider. Beth doesn't believe in killing anything.
And she's trying to check it out. Let me put my wilderness survival skills on.
Which no, she watched Naked and Afraid. She watched Naked and Afraid because she used the Naked and Afraid. She's her PSR or whatever you want to call it. She watched Naked and Afraid.
Primitive survival rating.
Yes, her PSR. And so she watched Naked and Afraid. And so
she was like, I determined that the spider's not deadly or poisonous, and we can't kill it. Let's just leave it.
Where I'm from, we kill spiders.
Why not?
Why not?
If it's outside where they belong, that's fine. But once they come into my habitat, it's on and popping. You're going to get smushed.
You probably get smushed. So Iris comes in. They don't kill a spider. Iris, you hear
it. And because they got there late, they ended up with the bedroom down there. That's what you should have got there on time. I mean, they might have been at work, but you should have got there on time.
So you hear Iris screaming in the middle of the night, and then they get the next morning, and somebody, what was that loud noise last night? Iris explained there was a big spider, and Beth comes out and says,
oh yeah, we saw that earlier, girlfriend.
I wasn't gonna kill that.
She was like, no, wait, you could have warned a sister.
Let me know.
I don't do bugs. No. That's what Iris said. No, got to go.
And then they were like, Beth, you want some of this tequila, Iris, and that keep up. And Iris like, look, I'm skinny. I ain't eat nothing yet.
She's like, I don't have enough body mass to take the tequila in the morning. But then again, tequila in the morning, I think that's a lot.
They having fun. They on vacation. They drinking. Now,
that's
each his own. But, Keith kind of got upset with, like, come on, peer pressure. I do what I want to do.
Yeah, she said, I don't. He was like, come on, you just need a little push. Come on, drink something. She was like, I don't give in to peer pressure. Obviously.
We saw a little different side of Keith here.
Yeah.
Keith was a little bit more, I'm not going to say, he let his hair down a little bit in this episode. Because he was giving his honest opinion. And even when the guys were together, he's like, you know what? I'm going to have to make that decision on decision day.
Which I'm so disappointed. So the girls talked about decision day, and Iris was pretty much like, yeah, I'm in it for the long haul. When she and Keith talked, they talked again about the fork in the road. Decision day. You can divorce or stay married. They talked about that. And I think Iris is pretty settled on what she's going to do. But Keith was like, I just don't know.
But he wants
and a lot of his I don't know is, I don't know what Iris is going to do, which I'm confused.
He don't know. He wants to make sure she's married. She's going to stay married to him because she loves him. Not the fact that she's married. And I can understand that. Don't stay married to me because you're happy because of the marriage situation. Stay married to me because you love me and because you care for me. Not the ideal of, you know what, I don't want anybody to know that we got a divorce or our marriage didn't work out. And there's people who just stay together just because it's marriage.
I mean, I'm sure there's some other factors, but I think he should kind of get that from her. It's not just about the marriage. I mean, I was there with your family, with your grandmother passing away, and the gifts for the month anniversary that she put much thought and effort into. I think she's showing him that I like you, and Keith is like missing it to me.
I think he likes her, but he wants to make sure. And you can go back to his episode with his mom. He want to make sure it's some type of feeling he thinks he's supposed to have. And I think Dr. Cal said it when he was talking about Deanna and Greg. You love the person before you actually say I love you.
Right.
And I think he likes Iris and he appreciates Iris. But he just doesn't see himself waking up every day to Iris. He said it. He did with friends. I don't see him waking up. I don't know. And I don't think it has anything to do with her virginity. I don't think it has anything to do with her being sex. I think that they connect on so many levels and they got a lot of things in common that sometimes her childlike behavior and I'm not saying it because of sexual stuff, because she's the only child. She threw that in there a little bit too.
Did.
She's the only child, so therefore sometimes she doesn't know how to play with others. And I know she's 27 years old, but Iris has been, what it seems like, Iris has been baby. She's been you made the princess. She's been able to get whatever she wants, whenever she wanted, and she's been able to march her own beat. And everyone was willing to succumb to what Iris wants. Now Keith is trying to push back a little bit and try to get Iris out of that cave, and he has a hard time connecting with her on that. And she's been sheltered. This is the way I've been doing things, and I don't want to do it any other way.
Yeah.
And you heard that a little bit when she talked to Amber, and when they was on their little nature walk about her virginity and everything. Girl, I wouldn't. No, that's why I'm worried about Keith when Amber was talking about Matt.
Yeah, but still, I think Keith needs to realize that. Really take in what's happening, what Iris is giving them, and know that you can. I don't know what he's looking for. I think, like you said, he's kind of misinterpreting, not really understanding the vibe she's giving off. He's not really understanding.
But the couple said that when they was having a little powwow, when they have a conversation, sometimes you have to communicate directly to what you want, not indirectly, because when you communicate indirectly, you're leaving it up to the other person to interpret it. Right. And when you leave it to the other person to interpret it, I interpret it my way, and it may be so far away from what you think. So unless you communicate to me, and no one's name is Cleo, so it can't be a mind reader in relationships. You have to be able to communicate, open the door, even if it that's not necessarily hurt the person. Sometimes you gotta have to say it and deliver it in the right way. Look, we're just having a conversation here. I don't mean intend to hurt you, but this is how I'm feeling. And Deanna said that as well because she had to get her thoughts together to be open up to Greg, because I don't want Greg to use anything I say to hurt me. And Greg does the same way. When you see him talking to Deanna, he's calculating about what he says. Even Matt in this episode was kind of calculating to what he says and how he said it. And he opened up a little bit. It was slow, but he opened up. So I think that's what Keith is. Like, look, they have to communicate about a lot of things. And they haven't really communicated about that. Because look at how with the virginity thing. They both felt the same way when they talked to Dr. Viv. And they didn't know. So to me, they have to have more communication and be able to talk with him, more dialogue about how they both feel in this situation. Which I don't understand. I know it's D-Day, but if this was us, I would really have a lot of conversation with you about D-Day. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm just, to me, I know it's a TV show, and I don't know if the contractual agreement, whatever, but I think we would have that conversation before decision day. Look, we're going to stay together. And we fine.
Right.
I give you some kind of hint, a wink or something.
I'm leery. I feel like Keith is going to let me down. Especially when he and Matt were talking, and Matt expressed that, it's a lot to handle, it's stressful, and it's a lot in a short time. And on that, Keith and Matt were on the same page, and I'm like, oh, Keith, no, please don't, because Matt sucks.
But it is a short time. You're expecting people, and you're expecting people in 8 weeks to fall in love, to really like each other, to get intimate with each other. In a natural dating life, do most people have sex with people within 8 weeks?
I don't know. Some people out there do.
Some people do.
But it's not that part that I'm saying. I just felt like Matt's been so wishy-washy. I really didn't want him to be on the same page with Keith right there. I didn't want Keith to be on the same page with him because I'm like, oh, please don't tell me you all wishy-washy and not all in.
But they said it with Matt. They said the issue with Matt was that the fact that Matt has been, Amber said it, that Matt has been a loner all this life. Not necessarily a loner, but he's been, by himself, and he's been had stayed away for 10 months.
Bachelor. He's been living a bachelor lifestyle.
10 months.
And she proved my point that I made a few episodes ago. I'm like, for any guy that is used to hanging out 2:30 in the morning and going out with his friends and not returning a text or phone call, I'm like, this dude can't have been in a serious relationship because that wouldn't be foreign to him. And Amber said that he's used to being a bachelor and not being committed to one person.
Not being committed to one person?
Why, Matt? If you came into this not being used to being committed to one person, he's like the person that comes into something and think it's going to change just because I'm in it. Like, no, it's not.
He wasn't ready to
just because you're in marriage doesn't change you.
But he wanted to change, and we know because of her conversation with Iris, he's not coming home at 2:30 in the morning. He's still coming home after.
He is still missing his curfew. Dude, what are you doing out past 2:30? Huh?
He at the gym shooting hoops.
No, lies. Fabrication. Tall tales. Fibs.
He's somewhere. But it ain't with Amber. But I'm mad that she's giving a grown man a curfew. It should be an internal curfew that you have. I need to go home. But you shouldn't have to set a time for a grown man.
Because he doesn't have one. Again, communication. Because he don't have one, apparently, she put it out to him. And she was like, yeah, he did it pretty good at the beginning.
At the beginning.
But he still, Matt, what the world?
Yeah, it wasn't good for Matt. But Matt opened up in this episode. He shared his love for Amber. And Amber's like, yo, why did you have to wait until he got around all these people to say it?
She doesn't trust it.
She don't trust it. She don't believe it.
She's like, he's saying things in front of everybody else,
but he never told me.
He's not telling me. It's like trying to make them look better than they are, make himself look good. Like she shared, I feel like he's trying to protecting himself, and I'm out here looking out for himself. And Amber said, I'm not necessarily just looking out for myself, but I feel like Matt that's his sole thing. I'm just looking out for me.
And she wants to put 100% in the marriage, and she don't think Matt has put 100% in the marriage. Matt thinks he put 100%.
Oh my gosh.
Matt thinks he put 100% in this marriage. He said, I've been working hard. I'm putting a lot into it, and not getting results or starting to get results.
Stressful.
It's so stressful. So
I feel so pressured.
He needs
Why do we have to keep talking about feelings? Why we can't just leave it alone? Oh my gosh. I didn't know marriage was going to be that much work. That irritates me.
It is work. Being in a relationship is work, not necessarily marriage.
But how do you not know it takes that much work? Your parents were together for 30-some years and then they got divorced. If that doesn't say to you that marriage takes work, that after 30 years they end up like that, dude, what?
Yeah, Matt has some. We talk about Iris growing up. I think Matt has some growing up to do as well.
Oh, he's got a lot of growing up.
Matt has a lot of growing up to do, and we saw him adjust a little bit. The couples went on to different things, and so the couples went on the retreat. They didn't show Matt and.
They didn't show Matt where Matt and Amber went, and they didn't show Iris and Keith. Where did they go?
We saw Matt and Amber playing air hockey. So their date was probably at the house playing air hockey in the basement. That's their excursion. Hey, let it be. They wanted to compete with one another.
But where was Keith and Iris at? They
was out playing in the woods.
No, sir.
They was out playing in the woods, walking in the woods.
Not with that bear.
They was playing in the woods with it. Iris had her javelin. She was good. Or was Iris the javelin?
No, she had a stick when she was out with Amber. She said, I feel like Moses.
She like Moses. That was she could turn into a snake.
Her staff. But again, like we talked about Deanna and Greg, they went on their just their couple excursion. They went foraging in the woods, and then Beth and Jamie went to the salt cave, and Jamie ate the salt.
And Beth said, "Get a little salty, huh?"
He ate the salt.
Hope that salt works on their relationship.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Hope it preserves it. Salt's a natural preserver, so hope it preserves their relationship after he ate the salt. But they had a good time. I think the couples have really bonded together with each other. And I think this weekend, the weekend they had, has helped a lot of them make decisions, get closer to making a decision. We saw Amber and Matt once again reconnect. We saw Jamie and Elizabeth really didn't have a blow up this episode, which was good for me.
I think the salt might have done it. Maybe they needed to visit the salt cave from the beginning. It wasn't the sage. It wasn't the moon water. It was the salt. It was the salt.
Or they need to just be around other people. A trip does it.
I think it was the mountain. I think it was the bear.
Yeah.
I think it was Keith out there growling like the bear.
Now that was funny. Now, what we told Keith was.
I was like, Amber's moving too slow.
Jamie, Amber, Elizabeth, and Matt were all in the hot tub playing Truth or Dare. Which this couldn't have been Iris because Amber told Elizabeth to lick her husband's nipple. And she said lick it sexually. Elizabeth was like, all right, cool, no problem. Now we know Iris has a problem with licking anyway.
Licking toes.
She's not licking toes. She's not blowing lips. Anything that Dice would have said, she's not doing it. But anyway, for all those out there who complain about Iris had to lick, they show Iris and Keith licking each other with the body paint. We saw Elizabeth lick Jamie's nipples.
Ew.
And then she had a kid. Then Amber had to kiss Matt for 8 seconds. So there's some rustling in the woods, and they thought it was a bear. Did you notice how quick Amber got out of that hot tub?
She never got out though.
She just stood.
She stood up, and she started to move. And nobody. I'm confused. Nothing. I ain't gonna say what it is, but I was like, nobody else moved.
No, nobody else moved.
I'm not. Wait, did you see the bear? Did you see it?
It was a nice size bear.
That bear was big.
Nice size bear, and they was out there cooking. And Deanna said it earlier. She's like, "I'm not going out all weekend." And you feel like I was
disturbed. I was disturbed that they listen. I'm saying this because I know firsthand. We went on a trip to Tennessee. It was it Pigeon Forge?
Yeah,
I think it was Gatlinburg, and they told us it's bears out here. So they had special containers. You had to put your trash and your food in that the bears could not get in. Don't drop any food around. The bears will come eat. And if they come, we will have to kill them. So I was concerned that they were out on the deck fixing a steak. I felt like that was just enticing the bear. I felt like Deanna, like I'm not going outside with no bear. I'm not doing it.
The bear smelled the steak, and then wanted the steak, and hey, look, I just wanted to see what happened if Matt was there, because Matt said he would have shot.
Oh yeah. Oh poor.
Matt said he would have shot the bear. So which
Beth didn't want to squash the spider, but she also was so hurt. She clutched her pearls when Matt said, "Man, if I had seen that bitch."
She is so. But I guarantee she got some fur stuff in her closet.
I don't know. I don't know if she got fur.
She ate meat. She ate the steak. What you think happened to the cow? She ate the steak. But what happened to the cow?
She didn't kill the animal. She didn't kill it.
She meat.
I don't know why she. But it was a couple of funny things on there. You know, the spider, the bear, the steak.
Oh man, but but we're closer to decision day, and I have more questions than answers. There's some couples right now I can say, you know what, they can stay together.
I feel like Deanna and Greg are solid.
Deanna and Greg solid. The other,
as crazy as they are,
Jamie and Elizabeth.
I think Jamie and Elizabeth are solid. Like they're gonna stay together. It's crazy, but I think they're gonna do it. I think
crazy like crazy.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna stay together. Chris Rock said it. If you crazy,
you gotta find somebody else
crazy. This is crazy. So I think they stay together. Iris and Keith right now, I'm up in the air.
I'm up in the air more about Keith than Iris. I'm pretty sure Iris is gonna say yes. And to me, I don't think she's gonna say yes because she's in love with the thought of being married.
Before we get out of here, look, if Keith says no and Iris says yes, do you put Keith up there with Will?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't put Keith in the same category as Will. Will was just, Will.
Now I do feel this, and if Keith and Iris split, Iris will be a virgin until she's 30. 30, maybe 40. The 40-year-old, and I'm not saying that in a bad thing, but she will not, because this will really hurt her.
Right.
This will really devastate her and hurt her.
Excuse me.
If Keith divorces her.
Yeah.
I can't see Iris having a healthy relationship for a long time.
Yeah.
After this. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Please make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you enjoyed episode 12 of Married at First Sight, let us know. Please. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the comments that we had.
We love the comments.
Love the comments. Thank you for that.
Y'all are so lively and interactive and
we love interacting with you. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, bell notification, and leave comments this week as we get closer to the D-Day.
I'm excited about Decision Day.
Me too.
I think we're going to be shocked.
I think we're going to be shocked on Decision Day as well. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
I don't know why she's yawning. Anyway, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Catch you next time on the Jack and Glenn channel.
Remember to like the videos and subscribe.
And make sure you share.
Hit that bell notification. Give us a huge thumbs up.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.